This video serves as both a response to August Hales' guide to buying visual novels on non-Steam stores and the exploration of the broader sentiment among certain groups who have made understandably loud frustrations not to support Steam. I know Steam isn't perfect, but I aim to represent the silent majority as seen from various visual novel store polls and argue that, despite its flaws, Steam remains the best platform for supporting and purchasing visual novels. Now, if you're going to be one of those people who comments that they never buy visual novels, I mean, you can do what you want, but if a visual novel never gets translated, just know you're part of the problem if you ask why X visual novel is not translated yet, since sales apparently help decide if a company wants something to be translated or not. Steam's unmatched user experience sets it apart from its competitors. Its intuitive interface and robust discovery features make finding and buying visual novels effortless. In contrast, many DRM-free stores struggle with dated or confusing layouts. MangaGamer is by far the worst, with its UI literally unchanged for over a decade. I've seen potential customers be deterred with its appearance being compared to a scam sex site. Joren's cluttered navigation makes it challenging to find visual novels among its other various adult content and gacha games. Even more polished storefronts like JAST, Denpasoft, and Kagura games can appear sus to newcomers unfamiliar with the visual novel market. Convenience is key, and Steam excels in providing a seamless purchasing experience. Its widespread acceptance of PayPal, a preferred payment method for many users, is a significant advantage both in security for credit card processors and for certain non-English speaking countries. Only JAST and Sekai Project match this PayPal convenience among alternative stores, while other platforms rely solely on credit card transactions, which can raise security concerns for some buyers. Steam's discovery and curation system, while not perfect, still offers superior discoverability compared to niche stores. The visual novel tag, despite occasional misuse, can help casual readers find newer titles very quickly. Alternative stores often require prior knowledge of their existence, limiting their reach to newcomers. Steam's gifting system is unmatched in the visual novel market. It's easy to gift games to Steam friends, especially during sales, allowing for spontaneous generosity and sharing of favorite titles. Only JAST USA, as far as I know, offers gifting among alternative stores, but good luck finding out how to do that without a guide. Steam's desktop application provides numerous benefits for centralized game management. All games are accessible in one place with easy installation, uninstallation, and DLC management. Cloud save functionality and the ability to add non-Steam games just means you can conveniently have your whole game library in one stop easily. These features collectively make Steam the premier destination for purchasing and supporting visual novels, despite the merits of alternative platforms like VN Manager or Playknight, especially since Steam Input is a thing that lets you customize controller inputs even for non-Steam games super easily. I would say Steam's regional pricing model is a game changer for visual novel enthusiasts worldwide. It offers fair pricing across various countries, making these games more accessible to fans outside the USA. While there have been some hiccups, like the situation with Argentina pesos being abused to the point of Argentina no longer getting regional pricing on Steam, the system generally benefits many users. That said, for Argentinians, make sure to look to Kagura Games, as I recently found out that they support Argentinian pesos. Steam's popularity has slowly made it the go-to platform for almost all publishers to try for visual novel releases. Success on Steam can open doors to console releases and other opportunities. It's also one of the few platforms accessible to Chinese readers, tapping into a massive market. Senran Banka's Steam success is the perfect encapsulation of both of these points. Steam's community features are a goldmine for visual novel fans. SteamDB offers public stats on game popularity and reception, naturally making it easy to gauge visual novels' success and player engagement over time. You can even peek at your friends' wishlist and game activity if you want to quickly DM them on their progress or whatever. You would also be surprised at how active some Steam forums are for certain visual novels. At the very least, they're more active than VNDB forums, supposedly the best place to find visual novels, rate them, and discuss them. I've even been told some people have found videos I've posted through the community pages. Don't underestimate the community already fostered through Steam. Steam's basic DRM strikes a sweet spot between protecting publishers and maintaining user convenience. It's way less intrusive than de novo, which some platforms like Johren and DMM still use. Most users find Steam's one-time download authentication party pretty unobtrusive compared to alternatives, and thankfully so far there haven't been any visual novel publishers that require a third-party app like Ubisoft, EA, or Blizzard to play their visual novels yet. Steam has recently improved their user reviews section to the point I think it's now even more so the best one to find opinions for visual novels. Steam Game Page's algorithm now prioritizes helpful reviews over one-liner memes. giving you a more comprehensive view of the game's reception. This, once again, puts Steam leagues ahead of other visual novel stores. MangaGamer's review system is barely used, JAST USA's review system was implemented way too late, and as far as I know, Denpasoft and Johren don't even have a public or easy to find review system. Steam achievements, while not something everyone cares about, are hit with many users regardless. Some people want to feel extra good for reading every single route and maybe even getting certain landmarks or seeing various bad ends. However, sadly, some publishers like Shirobune and some newer visual novels don't include them unless they get popular enough. An often overlooked but important feature for me personally is the Steam's refund system. Now, I know it's very common for people to just buy a game or visual novel, then just leave it on their backlog for many a month or even years. However, I actually kind of like to use this potential refund feature even for visual novels. Just being able to essentially have a demo for a visual novel, but you have to read it within 14 days and read in less than 2 hours in order to refund, gives me enough time to see if I can vibe with something to keep it on my plan to read soon list. A perfect example I did with this recently was Everlasting Flowers when it just came out. They originally had this online required part to read the visual novel. I definitely refunded that even though the story seemed okay, at least based on the first 30 minutes. And I also found out apparently the main couple don't actually get into a Yuri lesbian relationship. I might still give Everlasting Flowers a go-ahead in the future for its emotional story, but I'm definitely not paying full price for Sprites' scummy online-only attempts and Yuri bait shenanigans. Finally, we have Valve's ripoff of the Nintendo Switch, the Steam Deck. As someone who got a Steam Deck immediately and made several videos of tutorials, to the point it seems like many people have used these videos to try to get visual novels to work on Steam Deck, including an IRL friend I didn't even know liked visual novels, told me he used my video for help. There's even plenty of other visual novel Steam Deck video tutorials. People want convenience, and just being able to read visual novels straight from Steam with little to no tinkering is an ideal for some, even if a small handful of visual novels don't work on Steam Deck, or you'll need to go to desktop mode for applying 18+ patches. While I've talked in length about the upsides of Steam, I should be fair in pointing out its flaws that cannot be overlooked. The content restriction thing remains a thorny issue. Steam's inconsistent banning of visual novels and lack of clear guidelines affect a small percentage of modern releases. The 18+ content handling is another pain point, with many visual novels requiring external patches. You have situations like Nukatashi 1 and 2 where you don't even have 30 minutes of the entire 40+ hour game experience due to Steam disliking anime porn apparently, and even cases like Aoi Toy where Nekonyan could only fit most of the common route and Mary's route, with the rest only available through an external patch. This can be a headache for users unfamiliar with how Eroge are released on Steam, and Steam's banning on advertising these patches in reviews or community areas does not help. Lastly, there are some missed opportunities. Some visual novels with all ages versions aren't on Steam, and there's a lack of clarity on why certain titles are rejected or not even attempted for a Steam release, which is generally the reason Steam is heavily criticized for visual novels. One of these examples is Overdrive's Kira Kira, a visual novel that could easily get away with an all ages version and even has one on MangaGamer's store, so I'm not exactly sure why it got removed or even attempted to be tried. I will give that the lack of DRM entirely from stores like MangaGamer, JAST, and Denpasoft does make it easier for you to transfer your visual novel files and saves between computers easier in a way without internet, hence you don't have to keep reapplying 18+ patches or possibly even saves through the cloud if you don't like to do that. But honestly, outside of those features, I think every single positive I gave about Steam just makes it the overall best choice to legally, financially support and buy visual novels to this day. Obviously, it's unfortunate that some titles are just unable to get on there, period, and there are others you just can't have the full story experience but without just the sex scenes. But the ones that do get on Steam clearly have lots of potential to reach a wider audience, whether through easy to recommend advertising on the platform, user reviews, community tabs, PayPal, regional pricing, etc. If you still prefer other stores to Steam, that's perfectly fine. There are still some important and great visual novels to support that are not on Steam. I just wanted to use this video to remind people what the silent majority thinks, and that despite all that anti-Steam rhetoric I was talking about recently, we could do all the complaining we want, but until someone actually makes an actual good alternative, Steam is generally the place to easily support visual novels, especially if you want the medium to not die or at least reach a potential bigger, newer audiences due to the visual novel medium's niche nature.